Hi, my name is Kori Akemi, and today we're going to talk about being vulnerable. When I was growing up, I was taught that being vulnerable is a weakness. I was taught that being vulnerable means that you're not strong. You are a weak person that just can't handle life, and if you can't handle life, then you're never going to be successful. I thought that being vulnerable meant that I was failing, or being vulnerable meant that I wasn't good enough. If I was strong enough to get through my day or to deal with my problems, then that means that I was doing a good job. I was living life the right way and the way that it should be lived. And it wasn't until when I was about 23, 24, that age, when I started to realize that me not being vulnerable and open and honest with myself was really hurting me. When I was in college, I had an eating disorder. I had insomnia. I suffered from chronic headaches, and the chronic headaches were the worst of it because I had that all day long. I had chronic headache. I had a headache from when I woke up to when I went to bed at night. It never stopped. The headaches were the worst thing. And it wasn't until I experienced these physical symptoms that I had to surrender to myself. I had to admit and look myself in the mirror and say, you are not okay. And when I could admit that to myself, that's when my life changed, and I allowed myself to be broken open in a way where I was open, honest, and real and vulnerable with myself. So it wasn't too long after me kind of admitting to myself that I wasn't okay when, I got a therapist. I started doing a lot of self-reflection. I started journaling. I started being comfortable with being uncomfortable. I started to work through my problems and through what I was going through and the things that were holding me back in my life. And what I want you to know is that you are not alone. I'm making this video so that you know that you're not the only one that experienced this. I'm making this video because I feel like if I could have asked a friend at that time, hey, are you doing okay? And they were straight up and they told me, no, I'm not. I'm trying to learn how to love myself right now because I don't feel like I'm good enough. If I had people around me that were real and it was socially acceptable to admit that you're not okay, I think I would have gotten help sooner and faster, and I would have become happier and at peace with myself like how I am today. So I want you to know, if you're watching this video, that you are not alone. Being vulnerable is a strength. Being vulnerable and being honest with yourself is something that's going to help make your life better. I'm making this video for all of you that feel like you're the only one that's suffering from insomnia, depression, anxiety. You are not the only one. I'm here with you. I'm here for you. And today's video, I'm going to talk about strategies and ways how you can get through this. Okay, so let's start the video. Let's discuss some things to help you become more vulnerable. So number one, stop pretending to be okay when you are not okay. You do not have to act like and put on this suit of armor like you're strong when you're not, when that's actually not how you feel on the inside. Look, and I understand there are certain times and certain situations throughout the day or in your life when you're going to have to put on that suit of armor and put on a face and be resilient and kind of power through things. There's a time and place for everything. But at least when you are by yourself in your room alone, you can look at yourself and admit that, hey, I am not okay. And that is completely fine, normal, and healthy. And in fact, if you can look at yourself in the mirror and admit that you're not okay, that is actually a strength. And to be honest and truthful with yourself is a strength, not a weakness. To admit that you're not okay doesn't make you weak at all. And I want you to know that you're brave and, in fact, powerful because you're willing to be honest and real with yourself. So number two, I recommend that you get honest and real with yourself about your own insecurities. When you go home tonight, or if you are home already, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what is my biggest insecurity? What am I insecure about today? What prevents me from living my best life? Or what prevents me from moving forward in my life in the way that I want to? Ask yourself that question. For me, it's I am not enough. The way that I was raised in my childhood, I had very critical parents, so I never felt like from young that I was not enough, that I didn't have what it takes. I always felt that way. And so when I got older and I became aware, I looked myself in the mirror and I asked myself, what is my insecurity? I asked myself that question, and it is, I am not enough. So now as I became an adult and, as I started reflecting about myself, I make a conscious effort to remind myself that I am enough. I am enough. I have what it takes. I can do it. I am capable. I am strong. I am enough. I am enough. I have what it takes. Everything that I need in order to make and create my life the way that I want it, I have it. I got it. I got this. I am enough. And that is what I had to learn how to do. And it took me being vulnerable and honest with myself about what is the biggest, I guess you could say, weakness or insecurity I had. And so now, today in my daily life, I really practice that, and that's how I inched myself forward in my life. I went from feeling like I was nothing, like I was not enough, to now today I feel like I'm enough. I mean, I want you to imagine this, okay? Like, the fact that I can stand here today and own this insecurity in front of the camera, when if you were to look at me like maybe 5 years ago, I would never do something like this, because I didn't think that I was enough to share these experiences with you, to help people. I didn't think I was enough, but I am today, and that's why I'm doing this, because I believe that I am enough. And so I encourage you to do the same. It's possible. If I can do it, so can you. Number 3 is get clear about the lies that you tell yourself. That is what being vulnerable is about. It's about being open and honest with what's really going on inside of here. So for me, the lie that I was telling myself back in the day was that I'm okay, when I really wasn't okay. That I'm happy. That was a lie that I told myself often, is that I'm happy. No, I'm happy. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with my life. That was a lie. And the big lie was my other big lie, honestly, you guys, was that my major that I was in, which was math and science, which is very math and science oriented, was what I was going to do with the rest of my life. And I knew at the time that it wasn't, but that was a lie that I was telling myself at the time, because it's what I thought my family, or it's what I thought was expected of me. So that was another lie that I was telling myself at the time. So I want you to get clear about what are the lies that you are telling yourself that aren't true to who you are and who you want to be. So I leave you with that to think about. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has helped you. Please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments or any ideas for new videos, please leave a message below. Also, check me out on my Facebook and my Instagram for more Transform Your Life Kori Akemi content, especially the Instagram, because I have pictures and quotes that will really help uplift you and your day while you're scrolling through your Instagram feed. Okay, so again, thank you for watching. My name is Kori Akemi. Until next time, bye.